One of the things I discovered is like when you think of the man rules, right? I often with the audience, I'll always ask them to name the man rules. And I've been doing this for years, and it's the same rules come up every single time. Don't cry. Don't ask for help. Don't be vulnerable. Don't be weak. Don't show emotion other than anger. Then there's this whole kind of oppressive idea of sex and sexuality. Have as much sex as possible with as many hot and different chicks as possible, with as little connection as possible, with as big of a dick as possible, right? Like that sentence, I call it that because it's a sentence as well. Men are sentenced to having only that kind of experience with their sex and sexuality, but also with intimacy and connection. And so, like, how do men show up in relationships? So as I've got these man rules that we notice how men show up in. And then I started looking at like, well, what's the recovery process, or what does therapy look like? And what do we ask men to do in that? And what was really interesting is that as I began to really pay attention, like you have this list of man rules, and then you have like this list of, characteristics or elements of therapy and recovery. And they're exact opposite. They're contradictory to one another. Don't cry, get in touch with your feelings. Don't be emotional other than anger, touch all the different feelings. Don't ask for help, ask for help. Don't be vulnerable, be vulnerable. So like there's this this cognitive dissonance in how men heal. And again, we don't talk about that. We don't see that. The reason I say that as meant for relationships is it's the exact same. You have these man rules that men these days are really, they're really trying to do things differently. But those man rules run very, very deep. Then you get into a relationship and it's the exact opposite. Again, it's like compromise and be intimate and share your thoughts and feelings and be vulnerable and, be willing to let go of control. All of these things that just are not masculine. So how do we help men navigate that? I mean, again, first, you have to see it. Two, then you have to be able to navigate it. And so are men doing relationships better than we ever have? Yes. Is there still like this block that we have because of our gender conditioning, because of these man rules? I think so. I really believe so.